This is a market review for February 6th, 2025. On the daily chart, you can see here that we had a bullish closure on the day. We also had, or I should say, with NFP tomorrow. I was not looking to enter, and it's a good thing that I didn't because I heard that a lot of people had trouble today. We had 8:30 news, and I think that's it. We had an FOMC member speaking at 2 as well. So on the 1 hour, you can see absolutely nothing. Well, at the start, London session went bearish and it continued. So New York played bullish, whether it was clean or not, it did. Market opened, big wicks here, not a whole lot going on. Reached down a new wick opening gap here, and then up top as well. Let's go to the 15-minute. Let's mark out lunch. I don't know that it'll do anything, but just in case. There's lunch, market open, spike down, new day opening gap. Let's look here on ES to see if that's a S&T. Low. Boom, spike down here. If no SMT, this lowest higher. Right there. Look good there. On the upside. Oh, I'm sorry, just looking at the completely wrong one. 930. 1045 low is lower. So this right here is an SMT between these two. All right, there's an SMT there, so that explains this price run. But what I was really looking at was these lows. This low and this low, that's an SMT, but it's so disconnected. I mean, you see this low here, 830 low, is this low here. And then this 930 low is lower than that one, but 930 over here is here. And for the next 45 minutes, price goes up here, but it goes down here. Completely disconnected markets. No SMT at any other point throughout the day, except for this one. This low here at 7 a.m. Right here, huge SMT between these two. Sorry. Huge SMT between these two lows here, which explains this bullish run. But if I'm being honest, even if I did see that, I would have been unlikely to enter for many reasons, one of them being the rest of the day, just how disorganized it was. So back on the 5-minute, now that we have the S&Ts marked out, closures within this 5-minute here, reaching down again to the new day opening gap. This macro boom right here pushed us higher, taking out these lots of equal highs up here. Falling off those SMT, which causes us to give a retrace, we return back to this inefficiency here. Then lunch, we come down, taking out this short-term low, and then continue playing bullish from there. Hit this new week opening gap, constant encroachment. Algorithm kicks back in, takes out highs, seeks lower liquidity. A 2 o'clock FOMC member, which could have been the reason for all of this. But once that happened, we had an SMT here. These lows over there. Then an expansion upwards from there. 3 o'clock last hour is looking for any untouched liquidity going up to get buy side and buy side. to round out the day. Now, if we were bullish, I'm not entirely sure why we'd come down to take out these lows, but that's another reason why trading on these days is not the easiest. Price goes a little higher than you think it'll go, or a little lower than you think it'll go before actually going to its true destination. All right, now on the 1 minute, and S&T here in the morning, right after market open. Nothing usable. Well, technically, this is an inverse, which we could have entered into as soon as this candle closed up here. Return to it, enter. They're targeting relatively high, so we could have entered and been profitable. However, we look at 9 to 9:30. We got all this price action, nothing, 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 nothing. This is the only thing that happened, and that held. Other than that, it was pretty lackluster. So I wouldn't have been looking to enter within the first 30 minutes. I would have waited until 10, which is here. Look, yes, once again. Sorry, yeah. We pull it up to look at probably 10 o'clock. I mean, this is it's just wrong. I would have seen the markets disconnecting 1019 high SMT, but if we're looking at lows, this low here at 10, this low here at 10, 930 low, SMT there, pump price up, but there is no entry, and then SMT of these highs. I mean, in my opinion, when you have high time frame SMTs on both sides of the market, so on highs and lows, don't take anything. It's a very disconnected market at that point. From here, price did retrace. I would call it a retrace. It reversed. Is your classic head and shoulders for supply and demand or support and resistance traders. S&T of these lows, no entry provided itself because there was not enough volatility to create an inefficiency. Came up to this new day opening gap. Lunch enters. Nothing has really been profitable, I'd say. So it kind of just flows with what it wants to do. Yes, I can. Now what I could say is most recently at this time at 11:30 buys were profitable with this leg up. So we went and took out these lows here first, and then we came to take out these highs with this bullish move. Failed to do that here, but algorithm kicks back in, takes this high, and we play lower from there, targeting these relative equal lows in here. We act off this new equipment gap with an SMT, and we get a bullish extension from there. Again, as far as entries go, there was none. How wicky this is. I mean, this is not a market you'd want to be in, and I personally don't want to be in. So it's a quicker market review just because of the lack of substance in the markets. It's going to be like that tomorrow as well. We have non-farm payroll coming up tomorrow, so expect high volatility, 8:30, and then price action like today for the rest of it. As far as the rest of the week goes, by that I mean NFP. If we're following what we usually do, which again, NFP, no, who knows? I would be looking for a retrace on the week since we are bullish, which means, yes, I should write this down. We're looking for a 21 694 at the minimum. Apart from that, look at this high, 21,066, and then 20% is at 6 something. Looks like 50. 30% is at 600. 50 as well. Yeah, looking for a retrace, but it's NFP, so I'm not looking for it to be clean. This is just NFP. NFP in a nutshell. There's things that would happen in regular markets that still do happen during NFP. They're just more, I don't know how to say, they're just not more random. It's more messy. Right? Like the market still does what it wants to do. We played bullish today. That's what it said it would do. However, it wasn't clean. It retraced deeper than it should have. It didn't take out highs it should have taken. And those are just characteristics of NFP. So maybe with a more experienced hand, you can do it, but with where I'm at now, that is definitely not the case. So, like I mentioned, looking for a 20 to 30% retrace tomorrow. Um, will it happen? I think it will. I think London session will reverse and then continue lower. And New York's gonna just pump it straight down there with NFP, and then market opens, and we're not going to do a whole lot. So that's what I'm looking for the markets for tomorrow. And this has been market review for February 6th, 2025.